Hello everyone, we're back to the... This is the Timey, Wimey New Who Review podcast thing.
You say we're back. Nobody's going to know
we
that.
don't exist anymore.
Because you deleted everything.
I rebooted the universe. And in this universe we didn't exist. And no one will ever know who Will was.
Oh, that's sad.
Rip the ghost of Will.
Sad.
Who is Will?
That's a really good question.
Will had some of the best jokes.
He did have the best jokes. He was such a simple man. And it was what made the show what it was. And now we have a new dynamic, apart from it's the same dynamic with a new person in it.
A new person that's probably not going to be in any more than this one.
Never know. Hey,
No,
she
I'm
can
just-
come back.
No, I'm
look
saying-
look at her face.
Okay, no, I just didn't know if you wanted to.
It's Doctor Who.
True. But
Hello everyone, my name is Callum. I'll introduce myself in case people don't know who I am.
I'm Jacob.
That's Jacob, and this is...
Neve. I'm being silently dynamic in the corner, and you can't see it because it's a podcast.
That is the main problem with this podcast, is that most of our jokes...
I've
Who
got...
forgot to turn their phone off, Jacob?
That wasn't mine.
I put mine on charge in the other room.
Jacob.
My phone doesn't make that noise.
Is it my phone?
My phone's on silent, I'll have you know.
I don't even know where my phone is.
Oh my gosh.
I think.
Jacob,
Yeah, my
was it
phone's
your
on silent,
phone?
my phone's
Was
on
it your
silent.
phone? It was Twitch.
Such a hypocrite.
Okay, anyway, and that's a brilliant way to start this podcast.
Yeah.
So, Doctor Who is back, and so are we.
Yeah.
Or we've been born for the first time. One of the two.
Who knows?
There's a moment between, like, dying and being reborn again. Some kind of quote from the episode or something.
Ooh.
There's a new episode of Doctor Who! A brand new Doctor, a brand new era, a brand new head writer, and a brand new theme tune we sort of heard bits of.
And a brand new gender for our favourite character.
I mean, it's not a new gender.
Yeah. We
It's not like-
already
it's not
understood
like-
what a woman is.
It's
A woman has
new.
not been invented in
It's
the year
new.
2018.
It's new to the character.
It's new to
as
this podcast.
the Doctor
We've
has
never had a
been
woman on.
female before.
That is true.
So this is our first female companion.
Am I representing something here that I didn't realise I was going to?
You're just ticking a box.
Yeah, to be
Thanks.
fair.
Thanks, guys.
So this brand new episode was called The Fires of Pompeii.
We're not continuing that joke into this. They're not going to get that joke.
It's
But
such
it
an
can
inside
become a
joke.
joke. It can become a joke if we keep doing it.
Okay.
It's called The Woman Who Failed to Earth.
The one who fell to earth.
Yeah,
Mhm.
in Sheffield.
India.
Yeah, so we're
I
going
can
to
think of I can think of worse places, but not many.
Yeah, so the episode has just finished airing.
Yeah, we've literally just gone from one room to another to record this.
Yeah. And Twitter seemed to like it.
Yeah, for the
So
most
that's a
part.
positive. I mean,
A lot-
people I follow on Twitter anyway.
A lot of people are liking Jodie's Doctor more than they liked the
Yeah.
episode.
Should we because we haven't got the old podcast where we reacted to the announcement of the casting.
Yeah.
Should we go a quick before we start talking about the episode, what we thought about it going in?
Well, at the very start, I was like, I thought Chibnall was being a bit lazy with it being Jodie, because obviously Broadchurch,
Mhm.
he's the head writer on Broadchurch, she's the lead actress in
They've worked
Broadchurch.
together before, and it's like going, oh yeah, I'll just call up this person because I know they're reliable.
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
at the same time, I was like, okay, but if they've worked together before, they've probably got a good dynamic,
I
which
mean,
means they
like,
know how to
when you look at-
work for each
When
other.
you look at when the show came back,
Yeah.
Russell brought on an actor he worked before because he knew Eccleston, and then also when he worked with Tennant, he already worked with Tennant on another show where he basically played the same character. Don't get me started, but yeah, so it's not unusual. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't want to go, okay, the entire show based on one character. I'm going to pull out an unknown unless you're
Yeah.
Stephen Moffat.
But she's northern, so I immediately love her.
One of my complaints is the show is way too northern.
I'm loving it.
But it's only for this first episode though, because
the
it
whole-
takes
Yeah, but
place-
like
companions
I said,
are all northern.
all three companions
well, yeah,
are from
well,
Sheffield.
Who else are they gonna meet? In
I don't know.
Sheffield?
I mean,
people who
okay.
not from Sheffield live in Sheffield.
as I say, we're in Wrexham right now.
Mhm.
I'm from Hull.
No one's from Wrexham.
Where are you from?
It's complicated.
Ireland.
You're Irish.
Half.
Half. And
And
you're, well, nobody knows who
No one
Callum.
knows I'm from.
definitely no one's gonna think I'm
And I
Irish from
probably
the way
fell
I
from the
sound.
sky
Yeah.
into
They
it.
were like,
Alright, anyway.
What?
Originally, I remember quite vividly when it was announced. I was messaging you and Will.
Yeah.
I was like, "It's the end of Doctor Who. It's the end of the
Oh my
world."
god! If I can go back and find that chat, I might put the screenshots in.
Yeah, it
Because
was.
you were like, "Oh, they've killed Doctor Who." Ugh.
Do you know what? My thing is, I don't think it was a problem with a woman. It was with Jodie particular. Like, I didn't mind. I don't know. I just don't. My previous experience of Jodie Whittaker was Black Mirror. So that's all I had to base it on. I was like,
Oh yeah, she wasn't Black
And I was
Mirror,
like-
wasn't
Remember she in Black Mirror?
she's in the episode where it's the playbacking. You can
Oh, the
record everything you
memories.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's the wife in that one. And you forget she's in the episode. You forget
Yeah.
anyone else is in that episode apart from the guy who played
I
Doctor Who.
totally forgot because I've seen all of them.
Yeah. And I just didn't. She was too attractive. I know this is a weird one, but I think the Doctor should be, like, they should look non-handsome.
Unassuming.
I
Yeah.
mean, Tennant though.
Too attractive to be the Doctor. That's my problem. Like, the Doctor should look like me, or Peter Capaldi,
Or Matt Smith.
or Matt Smith.
He did have a bit.
Like,
My family who said that he looks like a giraffe.
yeah, exactly. Like, you've got to be able to make fun of how the Doctor looks, because they're not the ordinary, like,
Yeah.
superhero, and Jodie looks like she could be Miss Marvel.
I don't think she's that attractive.
Okay,
I
whatever.
really have no insight.
Anyway, then the boys talked me down. Thank you, Jacob and Will, and I managed to change my ways. I was in a very dark place at the time, and now I'm in a much positive way. I was really excited for the new show.
Cautiously optimistic.
Cautiously optimistic. Then the trailers came out, and they were okay.
Nah, but you know my feeling about one of them. That little teaser trailer they did.
So there was basically 4 trailers, wasn't there?
Yeah.
There was the initial trailer. There was the falling through a glass ceiling or breaking a glass ceiling.
She was stood in a room with a big glass dome.
To be honest, when I saw that, I was just confused. I was like, where does that come in?
Oh, do you not
What
get-
relevance
do you not
does that
get the
have?
joke?
Do you not get the joke?
No.
Well, the whole point is the whole thing of like it's like a.
It's like breaking the mold kind of thing.
No, it's like
It's-
literally breaking a glass ceiling on what
it's-
women can do.
Yeah, it's the
Oh,
it's a
I
feminist
totally
quote
Yeah.
I totally missed
of
that.
the glass ceiling of women of like, do you know.
We're the
Did
men
that-
explaining it to
Yeah,
the women.
that's
This is a
weird.
great-
It's real weird.
This is a great way to open the
That
podcast.
just shows how much I care and how much relevance it has to me personally.
But they call it a glass ceiling because
Yeah.
they can see how much more successful men are than them, but they can't get past it.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
and
is
the whole-
still
the whole-
evident in the whole like pay grade
Yeah.
between
Yeah.
male and female actors, which we're not going to go into.
And
But
then,
like that whole thing of like, especially because the glass ceiling broke and she just looked up and went, "Whoops!"
yeah.
And oh,
But
So
no,
just-
honestly,
ah.
it just completely went over my
Then
head.
there was the third trailer that came like so long after because Twitter was complaining for ages they didn't have another trailer, which wasn't like I don't know what they were expecting because you don't want to give too much away, and I still don't know what's coming apart from alien planets.
to be fair,
And
I
a
have.
spider monster at some point.
There's a spider monster.
There's a spider monster.
a
coming.
spider monster.
Yeah, there's always gonna be a spider monster.
Why?
Is it the Rachnos? They're bringing the Rachnos back.
No new monsters coming back.
Oh
Have you not been paying attention?
no, not even slightly.
Oh, I've been paying attention to every interview. No, I can't watch Jodie in interviews.
Because she's too normal.
Because she's too normal.
To be honest, the only interview I've seen was a clip of this morning, and also one with Hacker the dog from CBBC.
The Hackers Dog interview was amazing, though.
It was really
See, that's-
funny.
I can't hear Hacker the dog without thinking of Will because he had fucking Hacker.
Oh,
His-
Will
his-
is like a dog!
His email address.
He's still
Well, then
here
obviously
to
it
it.
ties in nicely, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Anyway, we should probably get on with the episode.
Yeah, probably.
Mm.
We're going to do a quick rundown, or
Yeah, we do a quick rundown of the episode.
Can we remember it well enough?
Yeah, it opens on a hill in Sheffield.
Yeah.
And we've got...
Well, no, it opens in that guy's flat. He's talking to the computer.
Yeah, talking about the
Jacob,
greatest
you go.
woman he
You
ever
go.
knew.
You go,
look,
Jacob,
It's
you.
Love and Monsters style.
It's Love and Monsters. And I'm not screaming my head off about how much I hate it, so
Yeah.
you must have done something right.
But yeah, it opens in, which a bit I loved, because it closes on the same sort of shot of him talking to his laptop, talking on the camera. 19 views, which is probably more than this is going to get.
I don't know.
It's going on my channel. I've got
It's
like
going to
4
my channel, my
subscribers.
channel. To be fair, I do have more subscribers than you.
Yeah.
And there's nothing on my channel anymore.
Yeah.
I have friends.
Jacob, we found someone who's got friends to join the podcast.
Yay!
Oh, yeah. It's
The video's
beautiful.
called Hey.
Yeah, the video is called Hey. Who calls it just Hey? Especially because he talks about how like this isn't his first channel and like First video. If that was your first video, hey,
yeah,
makes
yeah.
sense. Because I've talked about this
Why
before.
is he using clickbait if no one watches his videos?
To try and get people to watch his videos.
Didn't work.
Hey, welcome to the Clickbait channel. Please click like, subscribe, and comment.
How many red
Rick
circles and
Van.
arrows?
Yeah.
Anywho, yeah, he's talking about the greatest woman he's ever known. And you're led to believe at that point it's the Doctor, probably.
I hoped it wasn't.
Yeah.
Honestly,
It
I thought
wasn't.
I was expecting that would be from the end of the series.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like a flashback to his origin story, and it's like telling the whole story of what he'd been on, and then something tragic would have happened at the end of the season that forces them to separate.
Yeah,
Which is kind of what I was going for.
That would have worked too, but I think it would have been too convoluted in the end
Yeah.
with what they seem to be going for at the
Yeah.
moment.
But yeah, he's talking about the greatest woman he's ever met and like how he's not a smart. Well, he's smart even though he's got dyspraxia essentially.
I'll get into this later, but I have feelings on it.
Yeah, same. And then it goes to him on the hill trying to learn how to ride a bike with his nan and Graham, his granddad. Why did I do inverted commas?
You can't see it.
They could feel it in their ear holes.
Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, that's conjuring up images I don't think anyone wants to picture.
That's what our
imagine.
podcast does. We're like an alien species in Doctor Who.
what
Oh
did
my
I
god,
sign myself up
that's an
for?
amazing concept for a Doctor Who episode. Everyone makes a podcast, and it's an alien plan to take over the world. Because that's great.
This is where Callum
Don't steal it,
right?
Triple. Don't steal it. If you start doing the Moffat thing of stealing ideas from my head before I've even come up with them, I'm going to start getting into fights.
Yeah. Then that happens, and then he gets frustrated and throws his bike off the cliff.
This is Ryan Sinclair.
Yeah,
who's
Ryan
one of our
Sinclair.
companions.
Mm-hmm.
And Graham and his nan, whose name
Joyce.
was Joyce. Well
At
done.
least someone remembered it.
Yay! I'm useful somewhat.
I'm going to
yeah.
get Doctor Who Wiki up.
And then, throws the bike off the cliff and is like, oh, you better go get that bike. Train's in 20 minutes. Do you know what I don't get right?
They got on the train without him.
Yeah, they got on the train without him.
Just left him there.
Yeah.
You can just cycle him.
Yeah. On the bike that's now in a tree 20
And you
feet.
can
But
ride
you
Yeah.
at this point.
But he sees like a weird triangle thingamajig in the air.
It wasn't a triangle, it was more of a...
It was
shapes and
squares.
lines.
It was four sides of two lines in the air, but
Sort
it was
of
on a slant.
squarish.
Yeah, it was a square.
Shapes in the
It
air.
wasn't a triangle.
And then,
I'm smart, okay.
then it became another shape, and he touched it.
It
And,
sort of like went...
And it sort of
Outwards,
scanned
expanded.
his face,
Yeah.
sort of.
yeah.
And they had like a dot in the middle. It was just
Yeah.
like... It was basically kind of just like a trap anyway.
So
It was like those tick boxes that you had.
we're talking
Yeah.
about this so quickly that Doctor Who Wiki doesn't have a page for any of the 13th Doctor season
Yeah.
yet, so we're on our own.
Yep.
That's good though. It's proper first impressions without any other information.
Yeah. And then the egg. So this is the point where I thought, are they doing Aragon?
Yeah,
'Cause,
so
like-
a blue egg appeared
Yeah.
just out of nowhere, and he touched it, and it
burnt
burned
his
blue
hand.
on his hand, and
It's
he was like,
oh, this is
"Is
cold.
the Doctor a dragon now?"
I was to say, are they tying this into the Aragon?
not-
Because like, if you've read Aragon, he's going into the woods, he's hunting, and then a flash of light and a blue egg appears. He touches it and burns his hand.
But what is it with people in these kind of things and they just go, oh, something strange just appeared in front of me. I'm going to touch it.
I mean, I would.
If I didn't know that Ryan was a companion, I'd go super dead.
Then he calls the police, which I mean, I just love that. It's like police. I
maybe.
think. Yeah, like
Yeah.
maybe.
And then we get
And then we
introduced
cut-
to Yaz.
Yaz, yeah.
Or is the full name Yasmin?
Yes, Yasmin.
Or I'm just being
Yaz.
racist and assuming it's Yaz.
Yeah,
And
but-
Yaz. Yeah,
There's a parking
probational
dispute.
cop.
Yeah,
So they're doing parking disputes,
Yeah.
and there's two women.
I
who
love
have-
this one. Like, one of them put a hammer through the other one's windscreen because the other one scratched their door, and now they're fighting over a parking spot.
Yeah, it's very Sheffield, isn't it?
Yeah, takes me back.
Yeah.
And
So
then she does the classic thing of, I can handle more than this. Give
Yeah.
me more opportunities.
I'm a strong, independent female character.
And you just know right from that moment, yep, she's gonna be a companion. She's
Yeah.
gonna get on the TARDIS and get her opportunities, all right.
I'm still predicting a Yaz and Doctor ship.
Oh, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
It's already. I can already see the hints at it.
Yocta. No.
Docs me.
Daz.
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 Daz. I'll ship Daz. Anyway, And then, where is she? She go, yeah. So
and then she's
guy
on the
in
phone.
the-
It's
yeah.
like, oh, if you want something new and unusual, and then it's like, tying the two
I'm sorry, I
companions
just can't
together.
get Daz out of my head. Isn't that laundry detergent?
Yeah, it is.
from the north.
Maybe, I don't know.
I think most of it. I don't know. I've seen it's from the north. Anyway,
And then they go, it's like, oh, she thinks it's like a prank or something.
Mm-hmm.
that
It's like,
wasn't
you
my phone
hoax.
because my phone is not on vibrate, Jacob.
I didn't hear it in the microphone, so.
I heard it. Okay. Anyway, so Yaz is sent to go and deal with Ryan because I guess they assume it's just a prank call.
Yeah.
And then they get there, and Ryan and Yaz relatively recognise each other because
They went to school
to
together.
together. I hope they mean secondary school and not primary school. There's always this thing
Yeah.
in TV where people recognise each other from primary school and never high school.
To be honest, it's probably
Or maybe
going to be
that's
high
just-
school from the way
Yeah.
that they
Yeah.
remembered each other's names.
Yeah,
You know.
I mean, there's a few people I remember from primary school.
but I don't. Anyway, then the train gets attacked. So
Yes.
Graham and Joyce are on the train.
With some random dude.
Yeah.
I loved their relationship. Their relationship actually felt
Okay,
like
we can
real.
talk about- this
Yeah,
now.
it was really sweet.
Apparently, Chabul can write people.
Yeah. Which is
Maybe we should have realised that because think about Torchwood and think about all the non-main characters in that show acting like people from Cardiff.
yeah, true. I love the old woman.
Yeah.
It was like bloody Torchwood.
Torchwood, yeah.
As like they drive past, it's like
We're
super.
gonna have to blurt that.
Maybe. It's just going on my channel now.
Okay, fair. So that was nice. They felt like people. Maybe Chabul just goes places and sits in coffee shops
Yeah,
of the
like-
places he's writing about.
People watches.
Yeah, he watches people and goes, this is how
Maybe you
people
talk to bus drivers.
Yeah.
Maybe he talks to bus drivers. Anyway, so the train gets attacked by a tentacle monster, but made of wires.
Yeah.
So it's
It
not.
was like half tentacles, half wires, data coil. Is what it was called.
Shoggoth.
It was Shoggoth. I looked at it and went, Shoggoth! They're doing Lovecraft! Woo! They weren't doing Lovecraft.
No, it was
Moment of
just...
silence for the fact that Doctor Who's not doing Lovecraft. Okay, anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
The
like,
Doctor
everyone
falls-
bails off the train.
No, most of the people bail off the train,
Yeah, and then-
apart from Graham,
because-
Joyce, and some random guy with headphones on.
Yeah.
Because lo and
What's his
behold,
name?
the door gets locked. Kevin?
No, Kevin was the guy who's the bus driver
Oh,
who
yeah.
told them where, and we said there should be a spin-off about Kevin.
I can't remember.
I don't know. I don't remember his name, but it's not like he was
Headphone guy.
It's
Headphone
not
guy.
even like he was a bad character in the end.
Oh, I'm just terrible with names.
Which
Exactly.
terrible names.
Right, we need to write these things down.
Like the Doctor is in
I
this
used to.
episode, but we'll get there. We should take notes. Anyway, they're on the train. And the doors are locked, and then this weird tentacle monster's
And
coming
then they
for them.
start going towards
What's
it.
Yeah. And then Graham's like, oi, everyone, get to the back of the train, get to the
Yeah.
back of the train, and tries to get
Because
out.
he's actually sensible.
And then, like, they call... Instead of calling the police or anything, she calls her grandson,
Yeah.
who, just lo and behold, is
He's
with a
a
police
police
officer.
officer.
In
Yeah.
the woods, within walking distance of this train.
And she
that-
also-
Well, no,
also
they get in the
knows
car,
it's-
because you have the scene of them going with the blues and twos.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, I
and-
didn't remember
And
that.
also, she describes perfectly in the pitch black where they've stopped between.
Yeah. Between there
They
and
must
there. Well,
know
I
that
mean,
route
I
pretty
was gonna say,
well.
if you've got on the train a lot and you know what the last stop was, you're going to know what the next stop is.
I know, but just let me have that.
No.
Yeah,
Fine.
and then the Doctor falls through the ceiling.
Then the Doctor falls through the ceiling and manages to save them from the squid thing by
How did
electrocuting.
Quickly, she
just sort of,
grabbed a wire. She just went, wire, oh hey.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we have the
Electrocute.
first, what I'm going to call Chibinism,
Chibinism.
where the Doctor just solves
sake.
problems like they're nothing.
Yeah.
This happens in all of his previous episodes.
Definitely do not think I can say that.
I will
Chibinism, it's
say
fun.
it for you. It's Chibinism.
Just know how fun
Just,
tongue
I
tied.
mean, okay, within the context of the scene, it sort of makes sense. The Doctor did fall through the roof, and that would make sense why his wire is dropping down. But we see it a few more times in this episode.
It's like, why would she know immediately that,
to
like,
just grab the electric and go.
Well, she did talk about instinct before, and
Yeah.
just think about
how
like-
old the Doctor is? There's probably a bit of muscle memory there.
Yeah, exactly.
I just go back to an old interview from Doctor Who Confidential where he says, my favourite types of Doctor Who episodes where the Doctor is solving millions of problems at once and solves them out of nowhere. And I'm like, that's not writing, Chib. That's called baloney. Anyway, so yeah, she supports, how are we going to talk about it?
That
She.
is interesting.
I will probably go between the two.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like up until
Well, we
I
always-
see in the episode, I called
We
the
always...
Doctor they, after it being announced. But
Whenever
then
we
today
were reviewing it before with like any other doctor,
It was
he. So
Yeah, but maybe when I go back, I also now want to refer to them as they.
okay.
I kind of
Like-
I think it would be more interesting if the Doctor.
Which we just
explored
referred to
that
as the Doctor.
The Doctor.
Yeah, the
Because
Doctor.
that's what everyone else seemed to do
So-
in the episode.
The Doctor.
Who doesn't remember their name at
Who
this
doesn't
point.
remember the name at this point? Stops the monster temporarily. Then the monster comes back and tags them all with things.
Yeah.
DNA.
Well, we don't know the DNA bombs
no,
yet.
Yeah. Then the monster.
We don't even know that they tagged them with DNA bombs yet at this point.
Okay,
They
the
just
Doctor
electric-
shocks them all.
Yeah.
The monster shocks them all and then boggers off into out of nowhere into
Yeah.
the middle of Sheffield.
After picking one of them at random.
Yeah, after picking one of them. No.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, never mind. Anyway, we'll get to that. So then it boggers off into nowhere, and then the Doctor's like, "I'm going to investigate," and then Yaz.
Well, actually, before I like about the whole doors are locked thing. So we'll see about that. And reaches to the side.
Let's
Like,
check out-
oh, look,
empty
Sonic. There's like empty
Yeah.
pockets. I hate empty pockets.
I love
Yeah.
that. I love
That
that,
was
kind
really
of.
good.
I really like the idea that Doctor doesn't like empty pockets because
Yeah.
if you watch any of the classic show or even the modern show,
Always got
the
something.
Doctor's
Yeah.
got way too much in their pockets.
Yeah.
Mhm.
My favourite ones where Tom Baker pulls out the deed for Scarlo and puts it on the table.
Yeah.
And
It's just in his pocket.
Just in his pocket. Their
There's something
pocket.
else interesting to pick up on is when we were watching it, like, you were talking about, obviously, you know, the common sense of having the hammer in the actual train to break the glass, and us going, if we were there, we would have just done that, and we would have never encountered the monster.
Yeah.
But then we find out that if that guy had been with them, they would have encountered it anyway.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, no, it's just the common sense that.
Yeah.
'Cause everyone knows the little hammer. It's like in case of emergency, break the glass, and it's like
It's Sheffield. Maybe they don't have them.
Can't afford it. No funding.
I still don't think you've got to
Have
break some.
have any of us got friends from Sheffield?
I've got an uncle from
No.
Sheffield.
That doesn't matter. Family members we can offend.
Remember we can invent?
Offend.
Oh, I thought you said invent. Just make them up.
I invent family members all the time. I've got Uncle Bill, cousin Dan.
Are you just stealing from Bartians?
No, I'm not. They stole from us. Anyway, moving on. What happens then? They go to the front of the train.
Yeah.
They turn the power back on.
Yeah.
They see the dead woman.
They see the dead driver who
The
died
driver-
from shock. or something.
That died from shock. And then they go investigate.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they go back to so and so's house, don't they?
Yeah. They start investigating. The one guy who we can't remember the name of, he goes,
He-
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to be here.
He goes-
I just
goes
wanna
it
forget.
off.
I just
He
wanna
goes-
Wanna
forget.
go
goes
on a
alone.
walk?
Gonna go on
Leave
a
me
walk.
alone.
I'm gonna go for a walk, and then boggers off. And then we're left with
It'd be a bugger
Yeah.
if it was like 3 stops away from where he needed to be.
yeah, it would be, wouldn't it?
Mm.
We left with Yaz, Ryan, Joyce, Graham, and the Doctor. 5 is a little bit too much for a TARDIS.
Yeah.
I'm gonna admit, we're maybe having to lose someone by the end of this episode. So they go and investigate, and we've got this nice scene where they all kind of say what they're gonna do. So we've got Ryan on the social media.
Mm-hmm.
Yaz is gonna go and pretend that she's a cop, because she's not a real cop. She's a provisional officer. And then we get Joyce saying she's going to ask some of the
Nurses on the WhatsApp group.
on the
Mhm.
WhatsApp group, and then we're going to have Graham talk to bus drivers.
Yes.
Now,
Because apparently bus drivers know everything.
I
I mean-
love that idea,
Mm-hmm.
mostly because in my head I've got an episode where the Doctor pretends to be a bus driver for an episode.
It was just like bus drivers are like the equivalent of tavern owners in D&D.
They are. Oh, that's a really good idea for oh, that's so good. I'm playing that in my next game.
I've already put it in mine.
Oh, darn you. Yeah, but so they all go off, and we get like small montage of them finding things. So Graham's asking like the bus drivers, "Hey, you see anything weird?" And he's like, "My wife's down and doing with
Karaoke.
doing karaoke." if
Basically,
that's
they're
what you
going,
mean.
weird stuff always happens here.
Yeah.
You know,
Sheffield.
nothing's
I did-
normal.
Yeah, I did like the one where it's Yaz asking her like supervisor or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's like, so any reports of anything unusual? It's like
It's a night shift in Sheffield.
Yeah.
Everything's unusual.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like, no, we mean like extra unusual, not usual unusual.
And then Ryan is on
Checking
Twitter. Well done, Twitter. You finally made it to Doctor Who. You're in the big times now. And Is Joyce with them?
No, I don't think we actually see Joyce do anything with hers.
No, does she not? Is she not looking after the doctor because the doctor faints
Yeah,
after
the
sticking a finger up
Yeah,
her
but
nose?
no,
it's like,
pretending how long it was going to take.
2 minutes
she
and
passed
90
out.
seconds. Wait, no, forget the 2 minutes.
19 seconds.
Yeah,
Gone.
over. I mean, we don't know if this is Jodie's character, but based on what we see, I think there's a lot more of Jodie's character here than we see of, let's say, Capaldi in his first.
Yeah.
Or we're getting a lot of that with Generation Sickness, but I think that the positive, outgoing funniness is gonna be a.
I fell in love with Jodie from like the first appearance, just looking in the mirror, going, "Oh, brilliant!"
Yeah, I like that. I think that's kind of like how we should like. That's the reaction to this episode. Oh, brilliant! And then me in the back going, it's alright.
But alright for you is pretty good.
Yeah.
Like most people's standards.
On Callum, on the scale, if Callum says it's terrible, it's probably good.
No, if it's garbage.
If
it's garbage.
It's a nice little. It's nice to have a doctor quite positive about the change.
Yeah.
Rather than like, I mean, Capaldi was a bit moody.
Now, can you imagine if it was female and ginger?
Imagine
I think they would have been gone through that regeneration immediately.
We talked about this, didn't we, the other night?
Yeah.
About finally becoming ginger.
The doctor should just dye their hair ginger for an episode. And look in the mirror and go, don't like it, and change it. And then they never mention the joke again.
Exactly, so it's a conclusion, but also there's nothing comes from it.
I think that'd be quite funny.
You know, like her and Yaz are having like a little like girly pub session because obviously the doctor's never done that before.
Oh,
Yeah.
we'll get to
And then
that.
he's like-
We'll get to that. I made a prediction of 2 minutes before it happened, and I was like, I'm going to walk out if it happens, and then it happened, and I had to walk out.
2 minutes, you mean like
but
30 seconds before it happened?
Yeah.
But it was funny.
Yeah, but it was, yeah.
You would have done it.
I would have done that.
Also the
No, I
fact that
wouldn't
the
actually.
doctor didn't.
I would have done something different.
Also the fact that the doctor didn't notice that they were a woman.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's like.
I mean,
it's like-
everyone's seen that clip. It's on YouTube.
I hadn't
I
seen it.
hadn't.
Oh,
Where it's like-
I'd seen it when it leaked.
It's like.
See, I didn't actively go looking for Doctor Who stuff
Yeah.
because I wanted to remain sort of impartial and sort of come into this with a fresh.
I do this podcast, so I knew that I had to be the one responsible for checking every news site for everything.
I know, but like
I knew Callum would do that, so I didn't have to.
Yeah. I didn't know I was gonna be here, but here we are.
Yeah, because I've seen stuff we haven't seen yet.
Mhm.
But that's beside the point.
I saw stuff if it came up like on my
Yeah.
like feed, but I didn't actively go looking for it because I didn't want it to sort of be hyped up or to go, look at it and go, oh, no, this is gonna be awful. This is gonna
Although
be.
I did see the sex toy of a screwdriver.
Oh,
that
Yeah,
she's got.
we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So
I
then
have
the
my
doc-
story for that.
The doctor kind of wakes. The doctor's kind of regenerating on a sofa.
Yeah, I liked that the little CG they did there with like the pulsing of the regeneration
Which
energy
is
and
probably
stuff.
it's a good time to mention. The show looks like it's got 2%
Oh, yeah.
more budget.
Yeah,
It looks like it's shot like the Bodyguard, for example.
yeah, like.
But I mean, I Doctor Who has looked good for a long time. Like, if you go back and
But this
watch
looks-
season, if you go back and watch
Yeah.
season 5, this looks as good as season 5.
Well, I'd say this episode looked good even by Doctor Who standards. Like the sets were all on point. Like the fact they actually used so many practical.
It was a quite small episode,
Yeah.
which was weird because it was both big and small.
It was a big scope in a small area.
Yeah. I mean, I guess Sheffield sheep to shoot in.
Probably.
Like they didn't have to empty the streets. The streets were already empty. Yeah. What happens after that? Oh, don't we cut to a van? No, we don't. They go to the forest.
They go. Like, is anything else strange? And then they go to the egg.
Yeah.
And the egg's gone. And then we cut to the van.
And the van's taking the egg away,
Yeah.
and it's a guy in a stingy garage in
It was like
Sheffield.
a mechanic's workshop.
Yeah.
And he's setting up like recordings
Yeah.
for the
GoPro.
GoPro, and a Samsung video camera similar to the one I own.
Yeah.
And he sits next to the egg
And just watches
and
it.
just watches it.
Well, there's the hint of like, I want to know how he tracked it.
He says,
Yeah, he says he's been tracking the atmospheric.
Yeah.
So he's looking
Something.
for
But
the,
like, how? Like,
Internet.
Maybe he hacked into the weather forecast.
maybe he is
Just
NASA.
like-
he's a I don't know.
Alright, but yeah, and he's like thinking, it's so it's like he's predicted this coming.
Yeah.
Like, he's like the thing, and
Maybe that was just his thing beforehand and he just noticed it and then he continued observing the data he'd been observing beforehand.
Well, we find out why later.
Well, yes.
Then we cut to Tentacle Monster on top of the roof.
Yeah, and
doing electrical stuff.
I really liked the way they did like the pulses and like the way they sort of showed the
We
city.
still haven't talked about the DNA bombs being discovered.
Oh yeah, that happens.
That happens next.
I think.
No,
we're getting a bit muddled.
We are getting a bit muddled.
We'll get
no,
there.
because it happens when they're still in the house.
Yeah.
And before she takes Ryan's phone and reprograms
Okay,
it.
the Doctor discovers DNA bombs in everyone's collarbones.
Mm-hmm. And they got zapped
Yeah.
by the
Technical monster.
what is it
Yeah,
called?
we'll get to the
Can't
DNA bombs later.
I just called it by its name before, but now I can't remember it. Ugh,
Data coils.
That.
It was a collective of data coils.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they've got DNA bombs that will basically
Melt them.
And the Doctor uses Ryan's phone, formats his phone, so he loses all his contacts.
And his porn.
And his...
The way he said, "Oh, my stuff was on there." You know
Not
he
any-
lost. You know he lost some good porn.
anymore.
He lost something, alright. Anyway,
I am not.
no comment from Steve. So then we get the monster doing things, and then what's next?
Did they not meet? They find out on the roof
Yeah,
because
they track it, don't they?
because the guy Kevin, the bus
the bus
driver,
driver.
calls Graham and tells him where it is, and they go there and sort of come face to face with the
We
creature.
see the body first.
Oh no! Doesn't the creature come face to face?
Yeah,
Face
the
to face.
egg breaks.
The egg
Egg
breaks.
breaks, kills the dude, pulls
He's
him
like,
out.
it
he's
goes
like,
monster-
"Where's my
yeah.
sister? What happened to my sister?" He's
Yeah.
like,
Mhm.
Ask again. What happened to my sister?
You'll
Never know.
I just didn't have the timing to say the line last time because I wasn't listening to you. And at this point, I realise what this episode secretly is.
Predator
It's
2.
Predator 2.
Mhm. Takes a trophy.
Concrete jungle.
Yeah.
But instead of a concrete jungle, it's
Yeah.
Sheffield.
Sheffield.
Yeah. We also have
So
the drunk guy
imagine
with the
Predator
kebab.
2 set in Sheffield.
It's this episode.
It is this episode. So we have he gets a glue blowing
Yeah.
thing, and this happens twice in the episode where you see like a blue and someone going ow,
Yeah.
and you think it's fire or burning, and it's freezing.
Yeah.
Because when he touches the egg and he hurts himself, you think that it's
And
it's
she said, and
yeah.
he says it's freezing.
it's freezing.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, nice little kind of a nice. We'll close the window because
Yeah, I
it's
was gonna
raining.
say.
Bloody Wrexham, isn't it? This is a professional episode brought to you by Tango and Fanta Twist.
Not sponsored.
Not
Hashtag
sponsored.
not spawn.
Though if we want to put a sponsor in this episode, I do have a trailer.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
I'm
exactly.
lost.
Whoa. Anyway, so they.
Is that are you pimping me out for that? Is that the entire reason for this?
I might. Anyway, so down we go with. So the monster kills the guy who's looking for his sister, and then at another point kind of wanders along. No, because the doctor uses the tracking. We're gonna ignore what I said about finding the tentacle monster on the roof. That comes way later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They use the tracking device that the doctor puts into the phone because
and then
magic.
And they meet the predator.
Yeah.
I mean
So they track the monster to a back alley, and they meet Tim.
Tim. Yeah, that's it.
Tim Shaw.
Tim
Tim Shaw.
of the
Blue people.
blue people.
The cold people.
The
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
for your waist. Anyway, but we don't know that yet. That
Yeah.
comes later. So they track him, and he just walks off.
They have one of my favourite scenes where it's like, why is that a new alien? Why is she running towards the new alien? And then
Yeah.
everyone's follows like, why are we all running towards the new
Yeah.
alien?
The guy
Yeah.
with sense.
Yeah.
Then they explore the garage. They find the egg thing, which isn't an egg.
Yeah.
It turns out to be a teleporter, transponder thing.
Transport pod
Transport
thingamajig.
pod.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to see. Like I liked the way that it's
Because
it's
your initial
technology-
thought was like the mother.
Mother, yeah,
Yeah.
I was thinking all these different things. But also, like, I like the way that we're seeing technology in a different way.
Yeah.
So it's not just you can teleport, even though he teleports later, but you can teleport inside of a weird cocoon thing.
Well,
Yeah.
long range teleport. You need some sort of protection.
Yeah.
Yeah. It definitely seemed organic of some like.
A little. Yeah.
Anyway,
At least something
Biotech.
calcified. Yeah.
So the doctor investigates the shell thing, the cocoon, and then goes, "Oh, I don't have a Sonic."
And then before they find the video.
Yeah, they find the video.
And the dead guy.
Yeah.
The dead guy and the video, and they've noticed
Tooth missing.
and even frozen. And there's a video of the dead man who's like, "My sister was taken by aliens. I've been waiting for this day ever since. If I die, watch this video."
Yeah, it's just like, if I die, watch this.
Yeah.
And then you're like, if we all knew. We all knew.
Well,
Sorry.
I mean,
we didn't.
We did predict that someone was a red shirt who wasn't.
We did actually.
So
Yeah.
Well, he was the target, but he didn't actually
didn't
die.
die.
Which is nice for
Anyway, they go to. The doctor decides they need a new Sonic. So they build a Sonic out of a crystal from the teleport pod and spoons.
Sheffield steel.
Sheffield steel. Probably made in China, but beside the point.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, so the doctor has a little fun sequence.
Little montage.
Where they bake something while Joyce and Graham are still outside.
Yeah. I did like I can make a new one. I'm good at making things. I think.
Yeah.
I like the goggles. Can you keep the goggles?
The goggles were pretty
Can
cool.
we keep the goggles? I like the goggles a lot. I also like the Doctor in an apron and doing stuff. It's fun to
Being
watch
practical.
the Doctor.
Yeah.
Again, but another complaint: the Doctor making a sonic screwdriver out of random stuff because magic.
Yeah.
And it gets worse. Anyway, so the Doctor scans the transport pod, discovers the transport pod.
Came from like 5 galaxies away or something.
Yeah.
Then we cut to the monster just killing some random drunk guy.
With a kebab.
Yeah, throwing all the salad out.
Thinks it's a great
And we
idea
thought
to
it was-
throw the salad
And we
at
thought
the
it was a
guy.
funny
Yeah.
scene. We were like, oh, this is pretty funny.
Yeah.
And then the most tragic thing of the whole episode happened.
The monster.
The monster stood
Stood
on the kebab.
It stepped on the kebab.
At that moment, we knew
We
they
haven't
got to
even
die.
said. We haven't talked about the thing where he just goes, Halloween's not for another month yet.
Yeah, Halloween's not for another month yet. How old are you? Just starts throwing kebab.
I mean, when I did see the costume, I was like, oh, look, it's a monster from a B movie.
Is this the point where he shoves the tooth into his face, or do
we
not see
never
this
we
yet?
never actually see the tooth shoving.
No, but we assume.
We don't. Yeah, we don't. We see him take the mask off when they're on the roof.
Yeah.
Which happens next. So, thanks to Kevin, the
Yeah.
true hero of the story, who's a bus driver. We never meet, but I kind of want to meet Kevin now and have a spin-off about Kevin.
You never know.
So, an ongoing joke in the previous podcast that no longer exists was that everything was a spin-off.
Well, we had side character of the week as well.
Yeah, side character of the week, and that side character of the week goes to Kevin.
Okay.
Does it?
I'd say so.
It might be to one of the Yorkshiremen though.
Ah, true.
Which Yorkshire woman?
The ones who had the cars.
Yeah.
There's 2 of them, so it has to be side characters.
We've had side characters.
Yeah,
we'll go for
So,
Kevin.
we'll
We'll
go
go for Kevin. Well done, Kevin. You win an award. You never appear on the screen and you still win. No, side character of the week goes to the bodyguard, to the security guard's granddaughter or grandson.
Oh, do we know that didn't speak?
That didn't speak. We'll get to that one.
Just talking to himself in his little booth.
Yeah. So
I gotta go now. Bye.
So they find the tentacle monster, the data coil, on the roof, and the Doctor and the Ghostbusters electrocute it with electrical wires.
It did look very Ghostbusters.
Nobody
But in a
think
good
of
way.
anything. Anyway, so they go, oh look, it's data coils, and they electrocute it, and then the bad man in the Iron Man suit shows up, and he's like, get away, you're gonna die now, I'm evil.
Takes his mask off.
Look, I'm a blue
Face
alien
full
with
of-
teeth in me face.
Yes.
Well, that's the thing. That was like, alright, at this point we only know he's killed 2 people. Where did all the other teeth come from?
That is true.
Yeah, it was a bit weird, like, why would they be different looking teeth?
Yeah, like different
Uh-huh.
species and stuff.
Unless he just kills
Do all
humanoid
aliens?
creatures.
Do all aliens have the same teeth?
I mean, classic who every alien race looks human.
Yeah, true.
Well, not everyone, but a great majority.
Okay.
Humans with lots of plastic thrown on them, like the
No,
Santarans.
like, it was either completely monster or
But
human.
even
Yeah.
the Santarans had human-esque teeth.
Yeah.
That's true.
That is true. Santarans have human teeth. Maybe there's been a
Yes.
war of Santarans for ages.
Well, again, also to comment, how does he not have an infection? Can he even get an infection in his face if he's jamming foreign
I mean,
bodies into his
if
flesh?
he's so cold that like he can burn humans to death, I don't think any bacteria can survive on his skin.
But then, if we all have bacteria on our skin, then shouldn't he have
So-
his own
so-
homeworld bacteria on his skin?
So it's a
that could
cold
give him an
person
infection?
stuck in a robot suit.
Yes.
So it's a
It's
Martian.
not a Mondosian Cyberman
Or a Martian.
or a Martian.
Because there's like smoke coming out of it. Because he's like, I'm so cold.
That's why I thought it was a Sarah Jane episode, because it's an original monster.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like it's Sarah Jane. Because I said after I watched it that it felt like Sarah Jane. It's because there's this original monster who's blue and has a really simple design, and that's why it felt like Sarah Jane. Anyway, back to the actual episode. The guy teleports away when the Doctor does something.
Yeah, she's
calls
talking to him.
a cheat because
Yeah, because like he's meant to do this with no help, no weapons,
he
no
basically
tech or
explains
anything.
his entire plan.
Yeah, and it's like if he finishes this hunt, he becomes the leader of their
Race.
people.
Yeah.
Because don't they like look at the data that's on the data coils and then
Yeah.
he downloads the data?
Yeah. So basically the thing is there are alien warriors who use humans as a hunting ground, which was allowed by
Predator 2.
Well, yeah, it was allowed by
The tick box earlier that Ryan put his hand in.
Ryan accidentally put his hand in of consent, and then Ryan's like, I withdraw my consent.
Yeah,
And
I
he
liked
didn't
that little
listen.
joke. I liked that little
And he
joke.
didn't listen, so
No means no, Blue
no
Alien
means
guy.
no, no means no, even if it's planetary conquest. And then, so he's not meant to have any help. And the Doctor's like, well, what tech are you using to kill people? It's like, actually, my skin is super cold. I'm like, but what about your data coil thing? It's like, you caught me
smuggled
there.
that-
Yeah.
You smuggled that ahead of you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then he touches it and
Cheat.
does it. And then she's like, you start this. And he's like, I'll stop you. He's like, good luck. And then teleports. It's like, short range teleport. Double cheat.
Yeah, double cheat. Yeah. So it double cheats away. And then it
Chairs.
cuts to them investigating the data coil. No, they figure out before he arrives, the data coil shows a hologram face
Of headphone guy.
a headphone guy. And then we cut to headphone guy who's working on
He's in a crane.
he's on a crane.
In some sort of work site.
Yeah. And,
And then we-
listening to tape.
Oh
about
yeah, the self-help thing.
self-improvement.
Yeah, it's like you are special.
I am special.
You are important.
I am important.
Someone out there wants you.
I was just like,
wants me.
more than you know. More than you know. Bless.
Anyway, then we cut to the best scene of the episode.
The security guard like, thank you for calling, dear. Not many granddads are this lucky. Silence.
It's like he's having a conversation with himself. He's not even wearing any headphones.
He is. He's totally having
That's
a
the thing. Like,
conversation
that's like a head cannon for it.
Yeah.
He's just. His granddaughter's never got in touch with him, and he's just gone mad, and just like he's just talking like.
Anyway, the
I
moment we
wish.
see this guy, we're like super dead.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then he got super deaded.
Yep.
Also, Jacob made a really good point. They're working on a construction site in the middle of the night where you can't see anything. What a health and safety nightmare.
Yeah, it's like you've got floodlights, but doesn't help much from that
In
crane.
fairness, though, they do a lot of roadworks in the middle of the night as to not disturb people.
Yeah, but roadwork isn't like you don't need a crane.
True.
That's like you making a building or something. You don't do that in the middle of the night. Drop a steel beam, that'll kill someone.
Yeah, but it's
maybe
not like there are
that was
many
the point.
people
Maybe it's a dodgy construction company.
I mean, it is in Sheffield.
Because it's his dad's construction company.
Yeah.
It's headphones guys, so we call him Headphone Dad.
Yeah.
Headphone Dad's construction company.
And then the alien
He's
starts
so
climbing up.
inconsiderate to put his
Yeah.
son, who's not too fond of heights, in a crane.
Yeah.
It's like,
How
you
did
weren't there!
How did the Doctor and the gang find it?
From the information they got from the data coils?
Oh, they find him via Facebook because he Google searches
Oh,
the
yeah,
guy's
yeah,
name
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
finds him because he won't respond to the phone call from the police officer.
Mhm.
So in the time it takes the alien to start climbing, the
They-
gang arrive in a car
Yeah.
Mhm.
in the middle of the night in Sheffield. So it's not too unbelievable.
Yeah.
But then they get there and they split up. So Graham and Joyce
are
are
evacuating.
evacuating people. So they put some health and safety jackets on.
Yeah.
People just
Go,
listen
this
to
is a
them.
health and safety nightmare.
Yeah, high vis and
Hi,
that.
Biz.
Mhm.
To be fair, if you're working at a construction site at night and someone tells you to get off,
Yeah.
you ain't going to argue. You're just going to
No,
go home and
it's
go to
like,
bed.
I'm tired.
What did you say? Did you just say we can all get off? Oh, did you hear
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
No, I've just coughed. What was that? Yeah, he's just saying we can all go home. We're going home, lads.
And then the Doctor, Ryan, and
Yes.
Yaz go up into one of the other cranes opposite from the crane that the headphone guy is in.
And she's like, I'll have a plan when we get to the top.
Yeah, and her plan is to move the cranes to be as close as they possibly can, and then to make him jump
Step across.
Step across.
from one crane to the other. It doesn't necessarily
all in my head,
work
what I
out.
had in my head, I'm not sure if you had the same image.
Yeah.
Is the crane fight from Quantum of Solace?
Well, I was like, it was either that or like the crane scene from Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh no!
Or Amazing Spider-Man 1. Which was it? Was the one in Amazing
All the
Spider-Man
cranes
films?
are lying
Yeah,
Sheffield. Go on, Doctor! You can beat Lizard!
There are plenty of cranes in Spider-Man movies and
Yeah.
games and whatnot, because it's just something high that you can swing off of.
Oh, the new Spider-Man game, amazing.
We'll get onto that. We won't, not on this podcast,
Yeah.
but I have some thoughts. Anyway, so...
But the whole thing about like Yaz saying to I've forgotten his name,
Ryan.
about do you know when she starts climbing, so you don't have to do this if you don't want to. And
Yeah.
he's like, no, I can do it. Do you know, because aforementioned dyspraxia,
And it
But
almost
halfway
slips
up,
and
he
dies.
almost slips and
Yeah.
drops his
flashlight.
torch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then the
Where did that come from?
the doctor kind of is like, come on, headphone guy, I need you to jump, headphone guy.
Yeah. And he's like,
Her
I'm
words
scared
are
of
mine.
heights. And she's like, and then I just like the fact that he's like, I don't want it. And then he looks behind, and the monster's there. He's like, all right.
Oh, but also the doctor's scared of heights.
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
like, yeah, this is too high.
Yeah. And then headphone guy gets all the courage in the world,
And he
does
jumps.
his little jump, and the blue guy must have sprinted or something.
Or he
grabs.
just did the Halloween thing.
Oh wait,
Like, so you know
off-screen teleport.
off-screen teleport. Of just
Well,
like...
remember, he does have a short range teleport.
Yeah,
does.
but it's more like you can't see him, which means he's moving like
10 times
10
faster.
times faster,
Mhm.
but he's still just walking at the same pace.
Yeah.
It's like the thing from It Follows or any horror movie.
Off-screen teleport.
Off-screen teleport.
Mhm.
And he catches headphone guy. Honestly,
And
if
starts
he
dragging
hadn't,
him.
I think headphone guy would have died.
Yeah, probably.
Mhm.
He was not making
He
that
was
jump.
not making that jump anyway.
So he kind of saved him.
Yeah, in a weird
that's
way.
sweet.
So the Doctor decides that because the Doctor's Superman, to
Yeah. If
run,
you need something doing,
Yeah.
Just do it yourself.
But I like how much of a run-up thing
Yeah,
was.
it's so much of a run-up.
It's like I thought it was like a couple of
But
steps
in
back, and
fairness,
then
like-
it pans back out, and you're like halfway down the crane.
But in fairness, if that was you gonna do that, you would do that,
How
like
would you
just to be
jump?
safe.
Well, I
just to be safe.
I
give
used to
myself
do. I
plenty
actually
of
used to do long jump.
momentum.
More run-up is actually worse for you.
Oh.
I would have I would have gone down and back
Well-
up again. Jacob, you're dead.
I just hit my funny bone on the desk.
Jacob hit his funny bone, so while Jacob's recovering, the Doctor tries to talk down the alien by going, "Hey, here's the teleport thing that will take you home. I'll destroy it if you hurt him."
Yeah, it's the
And then
recall circuit or something.
Yeah.
Then he's like, "Well, I have the DNA bomb still in all your friends, so if
Yeah.
you drop it, I kill them."
It's like, well, and then she's like, well, if you kill them, I drop it.
And then the Doctor has this. The monster asks the Doctor, "Who are you?" And then the Doctor's like, "Well, I'm the Doctor."
Yeah, it's like after a bit
She's
of
like, "I'm glad you
adrenaline, bit of
asked me."
fear.
Yeah, she's like, "I'm glad you asked me again because I actually remember now because of everything that's just happened."
I'm
Yeah.
the Doctor. And then I was like, the who now?
Yeah.
And has like a kind of speech about how change is good, with remembering who you are and respecting it, being your own thing.
Breaking the
Yes,
fourth wall.
I get the message, Chibble. I get it. I get it. I got it in every interview where you said the same thing. No offense, Chibble. If you want to call me, I haven't talked in a while. Anyway, so then the Doctor's like, "You wouldn't hurt my friends because you know that I'll drop this, and you're
And
not
then
a
he
good
does it.
leader." And then he presses
Like,
it.
I don't play fair.
And I do like the fact that the Doctor basically just goaded him into doing it, and there's like,
But I took the DNA bombs out and I put them into the data coil, and then you absorbed the data from the data coil, but it didn't just absorb data, you absorbed like physical stuff, hence the DNA bombs, so they're in you now. Bye. And then the headphone guy
Well, I just like
kicks him off the edge.
yeah. She gives him the thing. Does she give him it or does he snatch it? The recall thing.
He snatches
He
it.
snatches it, and then he's like thinking, and then Headphone Guy just boots him off the crane, and he clips the thing in, and like, But it's just like, oh wait, no, because this is the bit which is
Him talking back to him
it's
the whole time.
Humans aren't important, and
I
Henry
am
goes,
important.
and then like it's just as he kicks him off the drone, see, I'm important.
I quite like the fact that the doctor didn't give a 5-hour rant to the guy who just killed someone about not killing.
Yeah, and then it's like just turns to Henry and goes, you had no right to do that.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, she said that. She
Yeah.
said, you had no right to do
Yeah.
that.
But
You just killed him!
Yeah.
But like
So I think that was the thing of like, I don't know why she said
but
that.
technically he kind of got
Stealing
away.
stealing the kill. That's what they're angry about. Kill steal.
That was my kill.
But he did get away, although you could see he was like dissolving,
He was melting,
and like bits of him were melting off. He still got that transporter thing on him, and
Yeah.
It's like
Got
me when I
away.
play Lucio and I steal everyone's kills. Because they just get one
so
shot in.
who knows if he's gonna come back?
No, he's dead.
Nah.
You think?
Nah, it's a one-off stand-up episode. Apart from the fact that the end of this episode leads into the next one.
Yeah.
So Chibnall's already lied about them being one-off episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the monster defeated. Because magic.
Oh, but during all this, forgot to say,
Oh,
the tentacle monster is at the crane that the doctor's on, and that's why it stops early.
And
they've got to
Ryan
jump.
and Yaz.
Yeah.
Importantly, Ryan because of Joyce.
Yeah. And then Joyce and old man, Graham, are down there. It's like, we need to stop it, and all that stuff. And this is the sort of bit where I'm like, why? You're like...
Yeah, this is the question.
Yeah.
Why do they have to stop it? Now,
Because Ryan is in danger.
yeah,
And
I can
I like... The thing is, I like the fact that they made her so likeable.
yeah.
I was like... She's like...
Because she's so maternal.
Yeah, and it's like... When she
Super
goes to Graham, was
good.
like, is it bad that I'm enjoying this? And Graham was like,
But
yes!
It was really sweet though, because I was like, please come back and kiss him. And
Yeah.
she did, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. And then she goes off, like, tells him to flip a switch when she jams the thing into it. And, like, she kills it, but then she...
Gets hit by electricity and falls a
Falls.
great height and dies.
Yeah.
And tells him not to be scared when she's gone.
Mm.
And you were telling me this was all happening the whole time. I was like, I know, but don't tell me.
The thing is,
she's
like,
dead. Stop it.
I'll get back to it later, but all my criticisms in the episode happen within those 2 moments.
Yeah. But she kind of needed to die, because you needed a reason why she wasn't on the gang,
Yeah.
that sort of thing. You need the character development, because, like, at the start, like,
Yeah.
she tries to
yeah.
get him to call him
But,
Granddad.
yeah, Graham isn't called Grandad by Ryan.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and that. So
And
you
Ryan
need...
seems to not like him that much.
Yeah, you need that character development. You need the reason for it, and then we cut to the funeral, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's her funeral, and Ryan and the doctor are stood there, and it's like, when did he say he'd be here? Like 2 hours ago.
Yeah, because
Talking about
Ryan's
Ryan's dad.
Yeah.
Because he's a companion.
Yeah,
because he's a companion.
and that
If
explains
your
why he's
dad
living with the
isn't
grandma.
dead, he's rubbish.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's the laws of how
Oh
a companion
no,
works.
no. Rory's dad.
Roy's the secondary companion, not the main companion.
True.
I consider Ryan the main companion.
But
Okay.
did we ever see Rory's mum though? There's always some sort of parental issue.
I don't know. Did we? We
Here's
heard
the
about
thing,
that.
right?
We heard
so
about
in
that.
TV,
Mm.
parents either are dead or only one exists. There
Yeah.
are no such thing as two parents.
I
Because
mean-
most writers don't have
Or-
parents.
Amy didn't have parents until
No.
like she magicked them into existence.
Existence.
Yeah. Bill only had an aunt or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That parents just vanish.
Yeah.
And then it's like, crappy dad sort
Yeah.
of things. Like, if he says he'd be his, and he says a lot of things. And at that point, I think everyone was just like, yeah, I get that.
The doctor's like, yeah, I did tell Susan to come back, didn't I?
Ooh,
Who's Susan?
bringing out the old who
I'm
there.
bringing back the old
I'm
kid.
so confused now.
Susan is the doctor's first companion.
Oh yeah,
His granddaughter.
His granddaughter. There
I mean, he
we
does.
go.
In Big Finish comes back, but Big Finish isn't Doctor Who, and Doctor Who isn't Big Finish, so I'm not counting it. Anyway,
And then we have a lovely eulogy by Graham.
yeah, it's very funny, Lujaby.
Very sweet.
Yeah.
And
Sums up, like you say, people feeling like people.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
and then Graham's like,
For
yeah,
sure.
I had some cancer, but it disappeared.
Because we found out
It's in
that she
remission.
was.
Yeah, Graham's not surviving this series.
Yeah, we found out that she was his chemo nurse,
Yeah.
and that's
Mhm.
when they met and fell in love, and yada yada yada. And then the doctor's like, I don't have my TARDIS, and then
You've lost your wife. I don't have my TARDIS. My wife's gone.
And then he's like, one more thing. You need to change out them clothes.
Yeah.
and then shopping
And then,
montage.
yeah, so I'm like,
Mhm.
Chip, don't do it. Don't do it, Chip. Don't
at least,
do a shopping montage.
At least it wasn't an actual montage of like different outfits.
Do you know what I like?
and stuff.
Yeah.
It wasn't a clothes shop.
Yeah.
It was a charity shop.
Yeah.
Yes, I like that. I was just like,
Yeah. And it was just
encourage the youth
Yeah.
to get out to them charity
But
shops.
it wasn't like a multiple outfit thing. It was you saw clothes flying about and then she came out in the outfit.
Mm-hmm.
I missed the Doctor changing to millions of different outfits.
And then it was just
McCoy did it.
Yeah.
Baker did it.
I think it would have been a bit too much though in this setting.
I like it.
But I didn't like the really. That's what you're going for?
I was like,
Yeah. It's a nice costume.
Yeah.
Mm.
I quite liked.
Thing I didn't like it initially.
Mm-hmm.
In the show,
Like when
it looks a lot.
Yeah. When I
better.
first saw it in that picture, I hated it.
Yeah.
But the more I look at it, the more I'm like,
I've
do you
always-
know what? That's actually quite
I've
nice.
always
It's quirky.
liked it. I've always
Yeah.
liked it. I looked at it and went, if I could pull that off, I'd wear it.
It seems to.
I have a very similar coat.
It definitely seems to call back to a lot of different Doctors that have been before,
Yeah,
which
like
is always nice.
The braces,
Yeah.
the colour of the coat, like
Yeah.
there's a lot. And I swear those socks are TARDIS socks. I swear those socks are TARDIS socks because they're blue and white. We never see them properly though.
She's wearing Doc Martens, isn't she?
Something like that, yeah.
She's wearing boots, like big boots.
Yeah.
Of some
So, like,
sort.
it's like Doc Martens.
I thought
boots.
she was wearing Doc Martens at first, but I don't think she is. I think she's just
Oh.
wearing a similar kind of boot.
I mean, yeah.
Mm.
I
Anyway.
personally miss the Doc Martens because
Anyway,
Love
so then the Doctor's like, right, so you're gonna teleport me into space.
Yeah, it's-
Because the Doctor builds a teleporter out of a teleporter. That made sense.
Yeah.
That's the one
Mhm.
magic baloney Chibullian Chibinism that happened in the episode that made sense.
She
Mhm.
repurposes the
Teleporter
teleporter.
to build a teleporter. That makes sense. So the Doctor's like, right, I'll see you now. Goodbye forever. I'm gonna hold my breath. No, not you guys. You're not gonna come with me.
Yeah.
You're definitely not coming with me. The fact that we've been advertising their companions for like ages now. You're just gonna stay here.
Well,
Thanks for meeting you.
Mhm.
Lovely to know you.
me and Neve were like, it'd be hilarious if the teleporter went off and the Doctor was still stood there and they were gone and she was like,
I
oh
think
no.
they definitely missed a trick with that. To
Yeah.
be honest, I think they missed a trick because
They
that
missed-
would have
they
been
missed a trick there.
that would have been really
And
good.
they all teleport away at once.
And they're
they're
all in
suspended into space.
Because it did say like the planet
Yeah.
is on, and then I was like, yeah, but what if the TARDIS didn't end up on a planet?
Yeah. Well,
So-
question got answered there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just end up in space.
And then we have, coming soon, every guest star.
Yeah, literally, and then it's like Lee Mack and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
some like really important like things
What?
like,
I don't know what the idea was there, because there's the biggest
think it's
name
definitely
wasn't a last
interesting.
name.
yeah, it wasn't, and it jumped about like on Fame a lot. It didn't seem to go
Yeah.
alphabetically either.
No.
No.
I don't know what order they went
And
with.
it's not even the order of the episodes.
No.
Yeah,
But it is interesting showing who all's going to be in it. Because
And
then
they
you
were-
can like, oh, I've seen this person in this, and it'll be intriguing to see what they're going to do
I
in
guess
these new
it's to, like,
episodes.
A popular audience, but
Yeah.
to me it was like,
and they
Just
were
to
all
show a
in. They were
necktie.
all in the dress they're going to be in
Yeah.
during the
Yeah.
episode, like snippets from the
like
episodes they're going to
Yeah.
be.
Alan. His name's Alan Cumming, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he's going to be playing Charles the something.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it's just like, and I don't know. My thought was maybe they're doing that so they have to do credits for the rest of the series.
Yeah, we're not doing credits anymore, right? Yes. Yeah.
We credited you all once. That's
I
enough.
think it was like a, hey, look, normal people, you've watched this one episode. Look who's coming soon.
Yeah.
You like
Yeah.
Lee Mack? He's funny.
Yeah, we
Uh,
definitely laughed when he was only back. He just turned his face and was like, did he just walk onto the wrong set?
set.
And,
Yeah.
and
It would be amazing if it was the character he plays in
Not going out.
Not Going Out.
Ah.
Because he's been on Pointless. Anyway, yeah, and then we get a trailer for next week's episode,
Mhm.
and
Some sort
again,
of deserty planet.
Yeah.
they're using
What do you
the-
think about your first alien planet?
Yeah.
Oh,
Definitely though, it's interesting when you
I
go,
would have
first
really liked that
rule
trailer.
on a new
Yeah.
planet, don't touch anything.
If the music wasn't absolute garbage, the music for the episode, fine. It was serviceable. The new theme song, from what we've heard of it, and the
Sounds
chords we heard
weird.
of it, I love it.
Mhm.
Because there's
But
one
then,
thing.
they didn't use the theremin for
But-
the
Yeah.
first
But
episode
here's the
and
thing,
the weird... I
They
don't
didn't
know.
use the fireman. That's one of the things that everyone gets wrong.
I'm not sure. That's
Um,
why I asked.
So the one thing I use to describe Doctor Who music.
Mime theremin.
Okay. Do you know the one thing I hear? The word I use to describe Doctor Who music. Weird.
Yeah.
That's what I want it to sound like, and it sounded weird, and I like weird.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which is why I like Doctor Who, where it's weird and not Russell T, which isn't weird. Anyway, so yeah, it wasn't. Next week we're getting people on a planet war again.
Yeah.
Mm.
looks like a classic Who episode actually.
Yeah. I do like the fact that this entire season seems to be the search for the TARDIS.
Well,
Yeah.
I
Search for Spock style.
I said this earlier because I've been theorising online that I don't think we're going to see the TARDIS until the final episode. But I think I'm wrong. I think we're going to see it about halfway through.
To be honest,
I think there's a chance we'll see it by the end of the second or third.
Yeah, I
to be
think
honest
so.
though, I'm actually really excited about being away from the TARDIS because I know it's like a really huge plot point, but it's something interesting for the Doctor to be without.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Because
I'd have liked it a bit more without Sonic. Like literally,
Yeah.
like Callum's great. Like Callum's idea that he always throws about, like the Doctor just having a utility belt full of tools,
Yeah.
full of random stuff. Like again, you just use it the exact same way as a sonic screwdriver, but you could do some really fun things with it. Like
yeah.
Batman style utility belt.
I've got to open a
But
door.
maybe she'll do that.
I get
just
a
with
leaf
her
out.
massive pockets.
Like it'd be really fun to have like a leaf. Put a leaf on a door and it kind of forms a key and unlocks. Like that is such an inventive idea that you sacrifice by just having a Sonic
That's
that
true.
can do everything.
To be honest, I wish they would have spent a little bit more time on Earth. I think it would have been nice.
They're definitely coming back. They're
Yeah.
definitely
Well,
coming
yeah,
back.
of course, because that's the whole point. That
Yeah.
the Doctor's trying to get
Them
them
home.
home.
But we also know that some of the stuff is set in like period England
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Overall, we get like it's a really
Maybe when they
fun
get home,
episode.
they don't
Wanna
get
stay.
home at the right time.
It's a fun episode.
Yeah,
Um,
I think it's definitely
it's
one of the best
better
season
pilot
openings.
episodes and one of the best introductory Doctor episodes.
Yeah.
It feels very much like 11th Hour. I said it a lot afterwards that it's not as good as 11th Hour, but it felt like 11th Hour. But
It just feels very new.
yeah,
It felt fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed watching it, and that's the thing. That's what I was missing with Capaldi. The fun. Do you know?
apart from
the-
season 10.
Apart from season 10, his last season was pretty good, but the first two seasons, like at the end of watching Doctor Who, you want to be like, yeah,
But
I love it. It's hope humanity's
it didn't
great.
feel like anything was left over. It
Yeah.
felt like a completely new production, and that's
Yeah.
why the first two seasons of Capaldi suck.
Yeah,
Is because they're just leftover Matt Smith stories
Yeah.
with a new Doctor.
Yeah.
and then with Capaldi, it was always at the end of it, it was like, wow, everything's sad, isn't it? That's how I felt at the end of Capaldi. It's like with this, I'm like,
So let's just
yeah.
skulk back to the TARDIS and
Yeah.
kind of just be,
I have mixed feelings
sulky
on this
grandpa
episode.
for a while.
Like I'm probably the most critical person on it. It was okay. It has a lot of chippinisms, and I think we're going to get a lot of them. We had things that Doctor just solved out of nowhere.
the Doctor's always doing that. Though.
Yeah, but there's a point where the Doctor being clever and the Doctor just not telling the show, just not showing us what the Doctor's done. So the
Yeah, true,
cutting
I get
out
that.
the bombs and putting it into the space thing.
we never saw that.
We never saw that.
We never even got that hinted
We never
to
got
us.
hinted
Yeah.
at, and it's like, oh,
At least
I
a
get
hint
it.
of that would have been great.
And
Yeah,
it's a really
exactly.
clever. It's a really clever, like a Doctor manipulating the situation, but then the Doctor immediately tells someone off for killing someone, which the Doctor just did.
Yeah,
Hypocrisy. It
Yeah.
feels like a very
Well,
Russell T
technically
Davies thing.
But then, if you could go into the technicalities of it all, technically she didn't kill him. She put in a failsafe, and he killed himself.
The Doctor also made. This is the same person who made Davros blow up his own planet.
yeah.
I'm not justifying anything. I am just saying.
It's a very McCoy move, but with the personality of Tennant, which does not mix. I mean, I guess I'm gonna put that down this one-off time
Yeah.
to in regeneration sickness from going between Sylvester and going to Tennant going, what are you doing that for? Forgetting that she was the one who just killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again it actually makes more sense thinking about it, like them thinking that Ryan's in danger and Joyce trying to save Ryan,
Yeah.
even though actually she didn't have to do that and they would have been fine, but it made sense from what she
From
was
that
seeing of the
character's
situation.
perspective.
Yeah.
We knew more than the character did.
Yeah.
I think the pacing
Dramatic
was
irony.
weird. I felt like the episode kind of it drags in places, but then was super quick in others. And I was like, I think you've mixed the pacing up a little bit in places.
Yeah.
Like I think the end of the episode was really quick compared to the middle bit, which we got really muddled with because it kind of dragged because nothing happened, but a lot
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
No, I know what you mean, but I don't know whether I'd agree or not. I just kind of feel like the way it was paced was more like, I know you were saying like it was written more as if it was actual real people in it. And I think it definitely was paced as if it was real people playing it out rather than just characters.
It was better than those.
Because it was bits with the characters, you know, when they were just talking, that it was dragging whenever time does seem to go slow, whenever you are talking with people.
Yeah.
And then the action was quick because that's how it feels whenever it's happening around
Yeah,
you.
I kind of
It's
agree
no
with you
unearthly
there.
child.
Mm-hmm.
An unearthly child is one of the perfect episodes of television. This is like 11th hour junior.
But you can't really expect them to put all the good stuff into the first episode.
You
Otherwise
don't need to though. There's a really simple way of pacing and also.
Well, they've
You know what?
already given me a better impression than they did with Capaldi.
But
Oh,
also,
definitely.
if you've never watched Doctor Who before,
I think this is a good starting point.
I don't think it is.
I do.
Because Lena didn't understand anything that was happening.
But
Yeah,
Lena
but she also didn't pay attention for most of it.
She doesn't like anything to do with sci-fi,
But
really, so I don't know
honestly,
why she watched it.
You don't know what a Time Lord is. The Doctor keeps on talking about a thing called a TARDIS that you don't know what it is.
But at the same time, a lot of I prefer that to the whole the very first episode. Do you learn anything like that in the very first episode
You
of
see
Doctor
the
Who?
TARDIS.
Yeah, I know
and
you
go
see
in,
it,
and that's the end of the episode.
but that's the thing. Like
It leads
you
up.
learn as you go.
Yeah, but everything that you there are small things hinted at, and you learn things as you go. But nothing it's not like in this episode they actively discuss things that if you're not a Doctor Who fan, you're genuinely confused by.
Yeah, but I still think overall it's a good start.
It's an okay starting point. I would still say 11th Hour is a better starting position. I mean, I know that 11th Hour has a lot of clunky over-explaining of dialogue and
to be fair,
literally you're shown a slideshow of who the Doctor is.
If you were to say, I would start with Rose just because I'd say I'm a completionist. I like to see it all.
I don't like any of the T. Davis era, so I say just stay away from it because it's not a good representation of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
It's like that weird. It's like Tortured. It doesn't represent the best of Doctor Who. Yeah, I'm gonna give it like a 7.5, maybe a 6.5 out of 10.
I'm not gonna give ratings. I just
I
think
know,
it's
I was
good.
gonna say, are we rating this?
I rate
'Cause
everything now.
I don't think ratings really give a good representation
It's all
of a
subjective.
show. It is.
But
And definitely
it's
there's
where it is on my scale of things.
I
in the
know,
world.
but you can't really just make overall. You can only judge elements of it, really. You can't shush your phone. Phones
I
can't be shushed.
I did just shush my phone.
Yeah,
I think it's Timey.
I'm excited. It was nice.
Yeah.
It was okay. We're over an hour, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay.
You could probably.
That's why I'm trying to make.
Trying to speed it up. I'm going to talk as slowly as possible.
And that's all we've got time for today.
Yeah. So next week, I don't even know what the episode's called.
Something.
Definitely excited though.
Yeah. It's gonna be hard to wait a week for it.
Yeah.
We're in the era of binge watching. I'm used to
That's
entire season in one night.
That's Netflix fault.
Yeah. Screw you, Netflix. Please sponsor us. I'll buy my show.
Oh my god, that'd be great.
I know, right? We'd have a budget. And
Do you want to plug it?
Yeah, we'll plug it. I mean, you
Plug
haven't got
it,
anything to
plug
plug,
it.
have you? Have you got a Twitter?
No.
No,
Okay.
Well, yes, but no.
Thank you, Neve, for joining us this week, and maybe forever now.
Yay.
We could have a female on the podcast and look good. We're ticking boxes, boys.
I'm
Jacob,
girl now.
why don't you plug yourself first?
It's going on my channel. I don't need to plug myself.
Oh yeah, but I'm hosting it. Because it's my equipment.
Because it's you.
Because it's me, and I host things that aren't mine. My name's Callum. Thank you very much. You can find me on Twitter at something, which I will check now.
Wow, you did not already have that organised.
No, at producer Callum, and that is because I am producing a web series. Well, producing the pilot for a web series called The Sojourn. You can go and find the teaser trailer.
What is my Twitter handle?
You should look. You can go and find the teaser trailer on the Space Dock channel. I'm sure that Jacob will drop a link in.
If I remember.
Please go watch our teaser and support us when we release our pilot episode. Yeah, and I also talk about stuff on Twitter, and I sometimes do other stuff depending on how I feel.
Mine AsYetUntitled.
Yeah.
Because that was the only way the only variation of that I could find that wasn't taken by someone else.
Yeah, I mean, you should probably change that to just you now. Oh, do you still use it Untitled?
What? Yeah, that's the channel it's going on.
Oh yeah! I thought it was dead.
No, it's not dead. It's dying, but it's not dead.
You know what we should do?
What?
Dr. Decker.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you very much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed this cluster truck. very much for joining us, and we'll see you next Who.
Yeah. You're not gonna. That's not gonna be a thing, is it?
It's better than stealing a bombshell thing, isn't it?
Yeah, true.
Please no bad puns.
Have you not been hearing him? He keeps on saying anywho.
I say anywho anyway. That's not a pun. And I didn't...
Yes, it is. Stop the podcast.